Calling together a meeting of the Public Facilities Commission. Before us today is the Department of Neighborhood Development.
Good morning, Commissioners. The first order of business today are the meeting minutes for the Public Facilities Department and the Department of Neighborhood Development from our last meeting, which occurred on June 12th of 2019. Is there a motion to approve these meeting minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
The meeting minutes are hereby approved. Beginning with the agenda that we have this morning, present with us today for the Department of Neighborhood Development is Rick Wilson and Donald Wright. Vote number 1 concerns a transfer of the care, custody, management, and control from the Department of Neighborhood Development to the Boston Public Library, a portion of land with building located at 135 Dudley Street in Roxbury. This is a property transfer. Donald, if you'd present the vote request.
Thank you, Angela. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm here requesting PFC approval for the transfer of the parcel identified in the vote package in the Dudley Square neighborhood of Boston from the Department of Neighborhood Development to the Boston Public Library. The request follows a comprehensive initiative known as Plan Dudley Square, which included these and other city-owned parcels in the area. You're about to hear about some exciting designations, but we must first address some housekeeping matters. The vote packet includes a comprehensive memo about the transfer and PFC vote requests. I have also provided a site map. I also provided a site map related to the vote request, which is displayed on the screen. The map outlines the parcel. The parcel is currently being used by the Boston Public Library. The total land area being transferred is approximately 44,977 square feet. You can identify it there, which is the area being used by the library. If the PFC approves this vote request, D&D will transfer the care, custody, and management and control of the parcel to the Boston Public Library and return to the Commission to request tentative designation for the remaining vacant land. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. Thank you.
Oh, this property is already being used by the library.
Exactly.
This is standard housekeeping, so.
Yes, housekeeping. I make a motion to approve this request.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is being presented by Joseph Backer. He's a housing development officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of D&D. Vote number 2 concerns a tentative developer designation and intent to sell to Madison Park Development Corporation, vacant land located at 75 to 81 Dudley Street in Roxbury. The purchase price is recommended at $100. Joseph, if you'd present your vote request, please.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
This request for PFC approval is for tentative developer designation of Madison Park Development Corporation for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in this vote request. One community meeting was held in 2019 to discuss the development proposal for the parcel, following over 12 meetings and engagements for the Plan Dudley initiative between 2016 and the issuance of the RFP in 2018. A request for proposals was issued on July 16th, 2018 and advertised in the State Central Register and Boston Herald. One development team applied to the RFP and one was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. The eligible developer was invited to a community meeting to present their proposal. Based on community feedback, community PRC, and D&D review of the eligible application against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommended the tentative developer designation of Madison Park Development Corporation. In particular, Madison Park Development Corporation's proposal stands out for its emphasis on diversity and inclusion in the development team, the production of affordable home ownership opportunities, below market office rents, and a commitment to piloting an anti-displacement measure. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. I've also provided 3 handouts related to this vote request. The first is a locus map. The second is a rendering of the proposed development. And the third is a photo of the current site conditions. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: 17 new income-restricted homeownership housing units. 9 units will be rented to households earning up to 80% of area median income. 8 units will be rented to households earning up to 100% of AMI. The project will improve the use of one parcel of city-owned land currently vacant with a mixed-use building. The project will create new ground floor commercial space that will be leased below market rents, and Madison Park Development Corporation will help to pay fit-out costs. The project is also expected to create 43,014 construction hours, which will generate jobs among building trades. I'm here to answer questions you may have. Thank you.
This appears to be a good project with, again, the city's mission of affordable housing and so forth. I have no questions on this.
No questions.
I would like to note for the record that we have a disclosure notice for vote number 2. The disclosure notice comes from Commissioner Irish, and in that disclosure notice, which is part of the public record for the Public Facilities Commission, it concerns vote number 2. Commissioner Irish is the commissioner for the Inspectional Services Department. He's also a member of the Public Facilities Commission. He's a board member of the Madison Park Development Corporation, and he volunteers his personal time in an uncompensated position. He has no involvement with the Madison Park Development Corporation in its interactions with the City of Boston. In addition, no one at the Madison Park Development Corporation or elsewhere has discussed or requested his opinion on the matter presented by D&D to the PFC concerning vote number 2. He has no individual, financial, or other interest in any recommendation made by D&D to the PFC. He has no conflicts of interest by participating in the PFC hearing, nor the discussion, review, or the vote concerning this matter. The above information that's been discussed with you is accurate and true. It's to the best of his knowledge and belief. Due to the fact that there is a need for a quorum of commissioners, which is 2 members, required under the PFC Enabling Act, known as Chapter 642 of the Acts of 1966, Commissioner Irish is present to vote with Commissioner Mamoli, as Chair Craven is unable to attend today's meeting. Commissioner Irish, is there anything else that you seek to add for the record?
Just for the record, I would add that my preference would be to recuse myself, but because by rule of necessity and to not to stall progress on this project, and also understanding that this is a tentative designation, I'm comfortable with participating today, but I do plan to recuse myself when it does come up for final designation. If it
Thank
goes
you.
to a
That's been
stand.
noted by the PFC Secretary that you will recuse yourself for a conveyance vote. So there will not be a conveyance vote presented on this matter without the presence of Chair Craven and Commissioner Mamoli. Anything further?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Vote number 2 is approved. Vote number 3 is also being presented by Joseph Backer. Vote number 3 concerns a tentative developer designation and intent to lease to Cruz Development Corporation portions of vacant land located at 135 Dudley Street, 2430 Washington Street, and 2406 Washington Street. Those parcels are located in Roxbury. The leasehold interest would be $100 with an annual base rent of $10. The lease term is proposed at 59 years with an option to renew for an additional 40 years up to a 99-year total lease term.
Thank you. This request for PFC approval is for tentative developer designation of Cruz Development Corporation for the portions of the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in this vote request. One community meeting was held in 2019 to discuss the development proposal for the parcel, with over 12 meetings and engagements held between 2016 and 2018. A request for proposals was issued on July 16th, 2018, and advertised in the State Central Register and Boston Herald. 6 development teams applied to the RFP, and 4 were determined to meet the eligibility criteria. The eligible developers were invited to a community meeting to present their proposals. Based on community feedback, Community Project Review Committee, and D&D review of the eligible application against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommend the tentative developer designation of Cruz Development Corporation. In particular, Cruz Development Corporation's proposal stands out for its emphasis on diversity and inclusion in the development team, the production of both market rate and income restricted homeownership opportunities, deep rental affordability, the track record of Cruz Development Corporation in its construction, hiring, and subcontracting practices, and community benefits that include a partnership with Youth Build Boston as well as the Boston NAACP. The proposal meets the affordability objective of the RFP, which prioritized deep affordability to match median incomes in Dudley Square and Roxbury, as well as the objective of providing new homeownership opportunities to residents across a spectrum of income levels. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. I've also provided 3 handouts related to this vote request. The first is a locus map. The second is a rendering of the proposed development. And the third is a photo of the current site conditions. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: 100 new income restricted housing units, 50 units would be rental and 50 units would be home ownership. 5 units will be rented to households that are currently homeless and need rental assistance. 45 units will be rented to households earning up to 50% of the area median income. 5 units will be sold to households earning up to 70% of the area median income. 45 units will be sold to households earning up to 80% of the area median income. The project will improve the use of one parcel of city-owned land currently utilized as surface parking with mixed-use building. The Cruz development proposal makes several commitments beneficial to the Roxbury community: establishing the new headquarters of the Boston branch of the NAACP in the development, rent-free for 10 years, partnering with Youth Build Boston, and establishing an annual college scholarship. The project will create new open space to complement the new construction as well as the newly completed Boston Public Library branch. And the project is also expected to create 341,390 construction hours, which will generate jobs among building trades. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
No questions. I think it's a great project. This is definitely Dudley Square Day, right?
Couldn't agree more. Nope, no questions.
Make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Vote number 3 is hereby approved. Vote number 4 is being presented by Joseph Backer. Vote number 4 concerns a tentative developer designation and intent to sell to a nominee comprised of principals of New Atlantic Development, LLC, and Dream Development, LLC. The matter concerns vacant land located at an discontinued, unnumbered Bollinger Place, which is a former private way, 2147 to 2149 Washington Street, and 2159 to 2163 Washington Street. The property interests are located in Roxbury. The purchase price is suggested at $300. Joe, if you'd present vote number 4.
Thank you. This request for PFC approval is for tentative developer designation of a nominee comprising principals of New Atlantic Development, LLC, and Dream Development, LLC, for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. D&D conducted an extensive public process that resulted in this vote request. One community meeting was held in 2019 to discuss the development proposal for the parcel, with over 12 meetings and engagements held between 2016 and the issuance of the RFP in 2018. A request for proposals was issued on July 16th, 2018, and advertised in the State Central Register and the Boston Herald. 4 development teams applied to the RFP, and 3 were determined to meet the eligibility criteria, with 1 other development team voluntarily withdrawing from consideration. The eligible developers were invited to a community meeting to present their proposals. Based on community feedback, the Community Project Review Committee and D&D review of the eligible application against the RFP evaluation criteria, we recommend the tentative developer designation of a nominee comprising principals from New Atlantic Development LLC and Dream Development LLC. In particular, this team's proposal stands out for its emphasis on its partnership with Haley House Cafe, partnership with Kaplan Construction in order to meet Boston residents' jobs policy thresholds, and a commitment to incorporating the good job strategy for commercial leases where appropriate. The proposal meets the affordability objective of the RFP, which prioritized deep affordability to match median incomes in Dudley Square and Roxbury, as well as the objective of providing new homeownership opportunities to residents across a spectrum of income levels. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. I've also provided 4 handouts related to this vote request. The first is a locus map. The second is a parcel detail map. The third is a photo of the current site conditions. And the fourth is a rendering of the proposed development. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: 70 new income restricted housing units, 62 of which would be rental and 8 of which would be homeownership. 6 units will be rented to households that are currently homeless and need rental assistance. 6 units will be rented to households earning up to 30% of the area median income. 33 units will be rented to households earning up to 60% of the area median income. 17 units will be rented to households earning up to 80% of the area median income. 4 units will be sold to households earning up to 70% of the area median income. 4 units will be sold to households earning up to 100% of the area median income. The project will improve the use of city-owned parcels currently utilized as surface parking with mixed-use building. The project will create new open space that can support the operations of the Haley House Cafe and provide public areas for Dudley Square residents. And the project is also expected to create 136,794 construction hours, which will generate jobs among the building trades. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Yeah, again, no questions, just compliments. It's a great project. It's amazing. I make a motion to approve.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Vote number 4 is approved. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.